Woohoo! Leo, this is Mystic GLoLady here, and this is your reading for August 2015. Leo, pride, confidence, self-love. As you will see, I have a new format. I was working on a live format, but it didn't quite come through yet. So August is still going to, well, it's going to be a new format, but let me know how you like this one. Hopefully I'll be able to teach you as we go about. As I said, Leo, and this is the glyph for Leo. So when you're looking at those symbols, you'll hopefully soon understand that is what that means. And that is the glyph for the sun, because the sun is at home in Leo. Okay, so as we talk about doing general readings are when we put your sun sign in the first house, and that lays out the rest. That is not in particular to your birth chart, whereas your birth chart starts out with the ascendant. And the ascendant, the sign that the ascendant is at your time of birth on the horizon, that is what goes in the first house, and that is what sets up the rest. So, as we say, this is a general reading, meaning that we are putting your sign, which is Leo, in the first house. So the energy, yourself, your appearance, right there, first house. That's what we're talking about. And you're going to be roaring this month, Leo, because we're going to start it out with the sun. The sun is in Leo until the 24th, and then it will move to 0 degrees of Virgo. So you see the sun and the symbol, what the sun stands for, the husband, wife, father, ego, male energy, vitality, personality. So the sun in Leo is going to be roaring in the month of August. Then on the 14th, we have a new moon. And a new moon is new beginnings. And those new beginnings are going to be happening in your first house, in you, in Leo. What is going to be new with you, Leo? Because things are going to be changing. And at the end of the month, we have a full moon in Pisces, 6 degrees. It's a super full moon. Now here we have, this is the glyph for the moon. Oh, hello, Thomas. Where are you going, Thomas? Come on, keep going. Keep going, Thomas. Keep going, Thomas. Come on, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. Thomas likes to get in the middle of things, as those of you who have been watching will attest that, yeah, between Thomas and Bella, they usually always make an appearance of some sort in these. So, as I was talking about the new moon being in the first house with you, the full moon is going into the 8th house, inheritance, death, taxes, past life relationships. In Pisces, the sensitivity, intuition, the psychic energy that you have working with other people's money. What needs to be let go of? Is there a dependence on other people's money that needs to be let go of? That's something that you might want to consider this month, Leo. And then Mercury. Mercury communications. It's also siblings, relatives, learning, memory, brain logic. And, well, we're not working with the Mercury retrograde right now, but I have all those down there. And then you see at the top I have Mercury, the glyph for Mercury, and then this is Gemini, and this is Virgo. Okay, those are the glyphs for. And that's what Mercury is most at home in the signs of. So, Mercury is in Leo at 17 degrees. It starts out at the beginning of the month. Then on the 8th, it moves to 0 degrees of Virgo. And then on the 28th, it moves to 0 degrees of Leo. Or, I'm sorry, Libra. So, as we're starting it out with Leo, Virgo, Libra, you can see where we might be roaring at the beginning of the month. We're getting more organized in our communications, and then we're getting our communications more balanced. You know, communications in the whole, because Libra is Mercury is going to be in Libra, and that affects everybody, okay? So we're starting it out big and bad in the beginning of the month in Leo, all of those powerhouse planets that are in there making changes. And we're not going to stop there. We are going to add Venus, the goddess of love. And here you have Taurus, and here you have Libra. And those are what Venus is most comfortable, the signs that Venus is most comfortable in. And Venus is in Leo. Now, Venus is retrograde in Leo. So you can see what Venus means when it is retrograde. Laziness, drama, focusing on money. So, being that it's in your first house, okay, it's in Leo at 29 degrees retrograde, and it's going back to 14 degrees Leo. So Venus is in here, and you know, you might not want to do very much, although look at all those planets in your house. I mean, that's a lot of energy on top of you. You is going to be changing whether you want to or not, because that much energy, you know, you can't stay the same. You know, you just can't stay the same. I mean, you put milk on top of cornflakes and it's just not going to stay the same. That's what you're working with in here. Okay? Now, as Venus is there, we have Mars. Mars is in Cancer at 24 degrees at the beginning of the month. Okay, so Mars is over here in your 12th house. Mars in the 12th house, the karma, the hidden enemies, secrets, institutions, jails. Cancer is an energy that is understanding, expressing emotions. Mars is work, that masculine energy. Here you have the Aries and also Scorpio. Okay, that's what Mars is at home in. And to work in and feel where people might be hurting. That might be something that you are doing now, working in healing people because of the Cancer energy up in there. What are those hidden wounds that need healing? Okay, that's Mars working on it. Now, as Mars progresses on the 9th, Mars is going to be back over here in the first house, and it's going to be in Leo. So Mars and Venus will be conjunct. That means they will be right on top of each other on the 1st of September at 14 degrees in Leo. Okay, now I'm gonna put these back where they're beginning at the beginning of the month, so you can see, even though Mars is moving over on the 9th, this is just what we have to start out with. I mean, that doesn't lessen it. You know, it's close enough that it's going to be amplifying it even more. Now, Jupiter, that multiplying, there you have Sagittarius. Jupiter is at home in Sagittarius. Okay, the spirituality, the wisdom. Okay, Jupiter is in Leo. So yeah, look at all that. If Jupiter energy is multiplying all that was in there, look at what all is going on. Now on the 12th, Jupiter is going to be moving over into Virgo. And Virgo is in your second house, and the second house is your earnings, your wealth, your possessions. So if you are organizing your finances, Jupiter is going to be multiplying that. Now it'll end up at 4 degrees of Virgo on the at the end of the month. But to start it out, look at all that's multiplying on top of you. That's in Leo in the month of August 2015. So there's a whole lot of energy that's going to be focusing on you. You are going to be changing in some form or fashion. And that is just evolution. Evolution is change. So if you're having problems being stuck in where you're at, well, you better let go, because you's going to be changing. I mean, that's just the way it is. And we have Saturn. Saturn is that teacher. And Saturn is in Scorpio, and it is retrograde. And it's been retrograde. And you see what retrograde means. Slow for business, loss, depression, pain. So yeah, there's been a bunch of people that have been going through some big time challenges recently, and Saturn, the teacher, is one of the reasons for it. Now Saturn is going direct on the 2nd. That doesn't mean that it's going to be moving very far very quickly. Okay, now Saturn is in your 4th house. Okay, your 4th house of home, property, mother, sacred space. Okay, Scorpio, intuitive, determined, energy of creation and karma. Okay, so what is changing? What has changed? What lessons have you learned in your home? All right, because Saturn is that teacher. Okay, and Saturn is going to be going direct, which means it will be moving into your 5th house. It moves very, very slowly. So, you know, right now it's in your 4th house. What's going on? What new changes are you making in your home? Thomas, what are you doing? What are you doing, Thomas? Thomas. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, excuse Thomas while he transits. That's almost like Uranus. We're talking about transits, unexpected Uranus. Uranus is that change, that transformation, freedom, unexpected. Okay, what's going on? What's surprising? What surprises are going on in your life? Now, Uranus is in Aries, and Aries is that bold. It's the first out of the box. It's the unexpected, and that's going on in your 9th house. So when you're looking at your 9th house, right up here, that's higher learning. Okay, higher learning, long distance travels. Are you learning about places that are far away? Is that something that you would like to learn? Would you like to go to school? for higher learning? Are you learning different kinds of things that you would not normally be even interested in? So those unexpected, that is right there in your ninth house. So be open, Leo. There's a lot of things that are really going on. Now, Pisces, Neptune is in Pisces. Okay? Now, Pisces can do those flip-flops every now and then. And Neptune is at home in Pisces. So Neptune is feeling quite comfortable, and where it's usually the delusions, we have Neptune retrograde in Pisces. And you see at the bottom what it says, that when it's retrograde, the truth is revealed, that psychic abilities are increased when Neptune, who is usually delusions, is going on. So that is in your 8th house. So the delusions, you are seeing clearly now with other people's money. Okay? The inheritance, the death, taxes, past life relationships. You are seeing clearly now where money is to go. Okay? And since we're talking about that change and transformation, we really can't forget about Pluto, because that's pretty much, Pluto is that change and transformation. And Pluto is in Capricorn. And Capricorn, or I'm sorry, well, not I'm sorry, but Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn at 13 degrees, okay? Capricorn is in your 6th house of work, service, daily routines. Capricorn, ambition, determination, perseverance. What are you changing in your health or your work? And there again, it's service. Service is good for the soul. And serving others gives a payoff that cannot be bought. Okay? Your daily routines. What are you changing in your daily routines? Okay? So, Leo, you have a whole lot of goodies in planetary aspects that are going on for the month of August. Now, I'm going to shuffle. And no, I do not stack the deck or perform magic acts when I do these. It is, I surround us with white light. What comes through me is not of me, and we just have a good time. Okay, now let me see if I can get Thomas to move his butt over. Okay, Thomas. All right, you ready, Leo? You ready to find out what is underneath? Ho-ho, the chaos, the devil, beneath you, what to put behind you. All that chaos that you have had, it needs to go behind you. You can put it behind you, but remember, you have to choose. We choose. We make our choices. Victim, volunteer. If you're not held by force, quit your bitching. Do something about it. Okay? So, starting out in the 1st house, we have the 5 of Swords, the defeat. Are you feeling that the pressure is too much on you? What are you changing this month? Because that is what is needed. Change is needed, and it is starting with you. So when you're looking at what needs to be done, well, remember what I said about all the planetary with Leo in your 1st house? Guess what, honey? It's changing whether you want it or not. All right, so all that energy is there. all right? You need that hot air to make that balloon rise. So all of those self-defeating things that you have allowed, that is what is okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'm changing. Things are coming. Now, in the second house of earnings, wealth, possessions, you have Virgo. And you have the Chariot. The Chariot is taking things into your own hands. So when you are looking at organizing your finances, take things into your own hands this month, Leo. As we do the third house. In the third house, we have the King of Swords. The third house, the communications, siblings, short trips. Libra's in there. Libra is balance, the equalizer, the King of Swords. Are you planning to make that trip? Are you planning to communicate more with your family? Is that maybe one reason why we have a little bit of defeat down there in the first is dealing with the family. So take things into your own hands when you're dealing with family. Now, in the fourth house, you have the star in your home, the wish card. What do you wish for in your home? Ooh, Saturn, things are changing. Things are changing in your home. What do you wish for? Do you wish for a new home? Well, if you believe, you can achieve, you can manifest. So, wish card is there. You got a whole lot of planetary energy and things changing. And see what I'm saying about things changing? Things are going to be changing. The Tower, change, transformation. What kind of new things are going to be changing? Now, it's in your fifth house. Fun, creativity, children, sex, and Sagittarius is in there. And the energy of Sagittarius is enthusiastic, adventurous, passionate, and Sagittarius is always a fun-loving. They are one of the hardest ones to pin down because they want to be fun-loving all the time. Okay, now the Tower, the change, the transformation. Are you staying in your castle too much? Is that what needs to be changed? You need to get out there with your friends more? Have you not been with your friends having fun? Or have you been with your friends and having too much fun? Okay. They're, because just because you're a Leo doesn't mean all Leos are going to be the same. We have to look at these readings symbolically because they are general. If you want to get into specifics, I'd love to do a personal reading for you. But until then, it's like these are symbolic. So change in the family or with your friends, having fun with your friends. If you're having too much, slow it down. If you're not having any, well, start having some. Okay? Now, in your sixth house, in the sixth house of work, health, service, daily routine, you have the Empress. The Empress is new birth, new beginnings, new creations. Pluto is in there. That is that change and transformation. So what kind of change and transformation is going to be going on in your work or your health sector? Okay? So, in the seventh house, you have Aquarius. That's a humanitarian, individuality, unique self-expression. Your seventh house of partnerships, relationships, marriage, contracts. You have the Sun. Does that mean that you are expecting to be wed in August, Leo? Because that partnership The partnership, the sun, is partnership in the partnership house. So partnerships are very productive for you in the month of August. So, yeah, it's like there's a whole lot of good stuff going on there, Leo, just when you were beginning to wonder. Now, in the eighth house of inheritance, death, taxes, past life relationships, you have the Princess of Pentacles, the young woman, the young woman who brings money. Pentacles. Pentacles is money. Pentacles is good energy into your eighth house. So, who is that younger person that you are working with the money in the eighth house? Other people's money. The younger girl. In the ninth house. In the ninth house of higher learning, long distance travels. Also, it is spiritual quest. Remember, Uranus is in there. Things are unexpected changing. And it's like, whoa, Nine of Pentacles, material gain. You mean that the cash to learn or to travel is available to you? Interesting. A lot of good stuff going on for you, Leo. It's like love, money, happiness, new birth, new beginnings. Now, in your 10th house, the 8 of Swords, the shortened force. The 10th house is your career, your status, your father. And the energy that's in there is Taurus, the grounded, moral, spiritual, financial values. What are you changing? What kind of changes are you bringing? What kind of healing modalities do you have to share with the world? That is in your 10th house. And there are some very good things that are happening in your career. Don't allow little setbacks to dictate what it's going to be. Remember, thought creates form. When you learn to look at it in a divine form and fashion, you stop looking at it as that so-called good or bad. But when something so-called bad happens, we look for the good. The sooner we can see the good in any situation, the easier, the happier we can stay. Now, in the 11th house, the 11th house is our friends and our associates, and it's also our hopes and our wishes. Okay, so we have the Hangman. Now, the Hangman is our own self-crucifixion. It's hanging ourselves by the foot. So when you are dealing with friends, okay, you have to stop being, let me see, I hate the strong words. You have to, I hate, it's strong words. So dealing with your friends and associates, do not crucify yourself because you will feel the pain, okay? So when you deal with your friends, the communications, okay? See, we're talking about communications. Well, what do you need to do with the communications so that you're not feeling crucified? All right? Now, in the 12th house of karma, institutions, jails, hidden enemies, you have the 6 of Pentacles. And that is material success. So when you are thinking about there's much for you. There's much for you to do in the month of August. There are finances to be made coming out of those institutions. What kind of new changes in career can you make in the month of August? What changes for the betterment for society can you make? You're going to be roaring. There's a bunch of energy we had already talked about in the first house. There's a bunch of energy building up for you. Okay, there is money to be made. Do not stop yourself. Okay, Thomas, thank you. Do not stop yourself from achieving your goals. Okay, don't slow yourself down, because it's good things ahead of you for the month of August. Things are going to be changing. You know, I mean, what's not working for yourself, your career, well, those are things that you can't hold yourself back. You know, grab it by your hands, grab the wheel, you know, be in charge of it. You have the wish card, you have partnership change, new bursts. There's lots of good stuff that's going on. The only thing that's going to hold you back is you in the month of August, okay? You know, don't be crucifying yourself. Don't be crucifying yourself. That's it's going to be your own self-crucifixion that's going to be holding you back. Okay, Leo, things are going good. You know, when you're looking at money, you know, I mean, there's a lot of cash. You know, there's cash that's there, but you can't be crying over that spilt milk, because it's done and gone. Okay, why? I don't know. Why does milk get spilt? You know, for the kittens that would have starved. You know, okay, let it go. It's done, it's gone, it's built, it's over. Let's build up bigger and better. Do you see ways in which to change, to heal society? You know, that mental, emotional. I mean, really, it's a lot of working. You know, it's hard work. You know, the money, taking it into your own hands. How can I change it? And remember, wealth isn't monetary. So how can I transform my life to be in a more let me see. Oh, it doesn't want to come out. No, it doesn't want to come out. Sorry. And that might be something that you're going to be working with. You know, that might be part of the problem. What is it exactly that you want? So if you have an idea of exactly where you want, you have a way, you know, I have my destination. But if you don't know exactly what you want, then that might be why it's not coming out. Okay? So, I hope that you like these. I'm going to try to do some live ones. Check out my teachers. I have my the teacher of teachers, and that is Kelly Beard, Suspicious Observers, and Santos Bonacci. Those are three of my teachers that I have found great wisdom in learning through them. So I hope that you will please like, share, subscribe, and definitely comment. Let me know how you like these readings. If you would like to do some live ones, if I do the live ones online, or whether I just do live questions to do a summary after these readings. That could be something else. So give me an idea, and I will talk to you in September. See you, love you, bye.